Show right now. It is friend of the show, Mr. Kevin Moranz. Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Bro, did you have any idea that you and I wore the same size gear?
What, do you wear a medium jersey?
It was medium. I mean,
There's no way you wear a medium.
He sent me a jersey the other day. I put it on last night. Solid.
Did you wear it to dinner? Like, what were you
No.
I
I put it on when I got home last night. I watched the races in it. It was solid. Was super solid. Of course, I was watching the races in like 480p, so I couldn't really see where Kev was at. But I was there in spirit.
I have a couple more questions.
Oh,
Hold
boy.
on, 480p? What?
Dude, I don't know. My internet wasn't doing well last night, so outside of like the top 10 that just stays stagnant at the top, the rest of them I couldn't read. So
yeah, I couldn't make them out.
No, not at all. So I did see you get lapped at one point. I think Craig passed you, and I was like, all right, we got some TV time. Sick. And yeah, that was pretty much it, man. But I was in the jersey.
Come by outdoors.
I was in the jersey. I was repping.
Clean
Yeah,
jersey?
hey, I appreciate. Happy you like it.
Like race worn, unclean, like dirt on
clean.
it? Or?
No, clean.
Yeah, it's clean.
We don't need all the mud on there. That's
you know, it was
unnecessary.
going to be a different level if it was like race worn, dirty, sweaty, and old boys wearing it.
No, I told Ashley,
Yeah,
I was
a
like,
little sus.
I told Ashley I could fit that. She told me there was no fucking way, and I said, watch this, and then I put it on.
So the
It's
pecs
a
were
stretchy
popping.
jersey.
Dude, so it fits actually really weird because I feel like there's a lot of room up in like the upper chest, and then it gets super duper tight. So all you riders are fucking shaped weird.
Well, have you seen Kev? Dude, he's jacked.
It's probably because of chest protectors.
Okay, all right, that could be a thing too.
Because I have a massive chest protector, but also, I don't know. That's usually I didn't even think about that until now.
What
But
do you
How
run?
many other people wear?
A-Star?
I run an older style Liette.
Oh, Liat,
It's like
my guy. That's my
Yeah.
old domain.
Cole used to work there.
Dude. When I was with Liette, I don't even know. Let's say 2018.
So that's when I worked there.
2019. Yeah, 2018, 2019 is my favorite chest protector. They changed them up since then, but I always go back to like Amazon and I'll buy their old style one because it's like
That's
thick.
awesome.
It's like it's the whatever 3.5 or something like that.
Yep.
But it's thick,
So-
and that's the way I like it. Because when I
Likes it
eat
thick.
crap, I want it to actually protect me.
They're girthy for sure. They're girthy chest protectors.
Yes.
Wow.
No, that was
the road
back
we're
in
going
my
down.
time. And Kev, you probably got a lot of shit like I did for the helmet.
Oh yeah, big time, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody just is not good.
yeah. They finally came out with a good looking one, and that was about when I quit working there, and that was about when the
Yeah.
boot came out too. The boot was actually pretty good. Did you get to wear that?
No, I never got to wear the boot. No.
Yeah. I give them a lot of credit on the boot. That thing was actually pretty sick, but. Yeah, the
good.
helmet was definitely not winning in the style department.
No, dude. I got a lot of crap for that one.
Oh well.
All right, how was the race yesterday, my man?
Dude, it was good. Thank goodness your boy's slapping down heaters in quali 1. Did you see that?
No, I actually didn't watch qualifying. I was busy doing stuff, so.
I was sitting P16 overall after first qualifying session.
No
Hey,
shit.
let's go.
Yeah, I was kind of stoked about it. I was one of the few that did not go faster in the second session because track got a little bit rougher.
Okay.
Bike did not handle as well, and I got the 2 out of the 3 fast laps that you get, or about 4 fast laps you get in qualifying. Got screwed up. One was my fault. The second one was when Jason Anderson went down and had that weird little re-flip over situation.
Oh man.
Dude, the medic dude, like, I understand having a medic flag, but then there was a guy like pointing. So this is like after he did his front flip.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he wrecked, got back up, then he did his front flip thing, getting himself on the bike. Did you see that?
Yes.
So it was after that, and he was trying to get back on the bike again, and he had his bike picked up. I figured this out after the fact, but like I came off that step up, was coming into the corner, and like it wasn't even to do with the flag, it was just a dude pointing, and there's an inside rut. He was like, I went into that inside rut because there's the fastest line, and he was standing in it. So like I had no chance to make the corner and then make a decision and try to miss him. Like he completely destroyed my lap, and it kind of that rubbed me wrong because obviously I was at the end of the lap. But yeah, so struggled in the second qualifying, ended up P33 overall, so squeaked it in. If I did not go as fast as I did in the first one, I would not have qualified straight in. So thankful for that.
Another
Crazy.
reason we don't need just local Joe Blow flaggers on the weekend. That they
Dude,
just hire from the local town.
I'm not going to hate on the dude too much because he was doing his job, trying to keep it safe, but like he was halfway down the hill. You could have just been sitting like on the face of the little drop off and pointing me over there. You didn't have to ruin the corner.
Yeah.
dude, we're going to get into it because that's part of my rant for later, but the flagger situation, I didn't go super hard last week after that whole situation, but after this week, I'm just like, ooh, come on. Like, this is... I mean, how many more of these are we going to get before it's like, okay, cool, we need a flag crew. Like, we're going to just have to pony up the couple $1,000,000 between the two series to have a 40-man flag crew that goes to every single one. Because, like, this is starting to get out of hand here, and we're going to watch one of these top guys really get fucked. And what I mean by that is, like, really hurt on live TV here. Because, like, the Anderson thing yesterday was pretty bad. The Deegan thing last week was downright super bad. And we didn't even get to see that on TV. Like, I don't know, man. It's one of those things that's like, okay, it hasn't really been a thing, and now it's like, dude, now we've got 2 weeks in a row where it's a thing and with top guys. Like, this is this isn't, you know, I don't know, some local pro in the back during qualifying. Like, dude, Jason Anderson came off that thing on a heater lap, that drop off, and literally just like jumped into Cullen Park's bike, and he wasn't the first guy there. So I don't know. There's a lot that needs to be looked at with that. I'm actually not opposed to Tom Cooper's idea anymore of like putting lights either in the bar pad. You know, the other thing I thought about the other day was because I was listening to something Rhino was on, and he was talking about, well, you'll never see the bar pad, and I was like, okay, fine, we won't see the bar pad.
Listen, they could easily do it with the leader lights, because the leader lights are synced right into timing.
Yeah, we don't see the leader lights, though.
Yeah, but they don't see them. But what I was thinking is, you know how we get those transponders at some of the tracks that are just like literally the stick-on thing that goes in your helmet? You can't tell me that can't be done with an LED in it to put on your visor. I know the argument to that is, well, what if your visor falls off? Okay, well, especially with those A-Star helmets, I don't know. Something has to be done here, though.
There can be a variation that branches off from the leader light thing. So, how do those even work, Kev? Do they plug into the CDI box, or like how do those even work?
No, so you know how the transponder goes on the fork?
Yep.
They have a second transponder that goes on the other fork that is pretty much the battery.
Okay, so it's all synced right in with the transponder. So,
I mean, not.
I think
not
it's
really
its own
synced with the
thing.
Transponder. It's its own thing. It just goes on the other fork. So it's. I was saying that as like a size reference. So you have a transponder on one side, then you have a battery pack on the other side that is similar size to a transponder that then plugs into the lights.
And is somebody upstairs automatically flicking it from leader to second or whenever there's a pass, or is
I'm
that
assuming.
going off the...
Yeah, I have no idea how it actually works, to be honest.
I mean, because I assumed it was synced off the transponder somehow. Whenever there was a pass, it somehow...
I think they manually turn those on.
Oh, yes. No. I think you are correct when it comes to, hey, this guy's in the lead, so it kicks on his leader lights. I probably believe in that, because I can't imagine they're just like... that would probably be the only way they can do it, because then they don't know how to turn on your leader light.
Yeah. No, maybe one of these other media outlets will get with somebody that can actually explain how that works. I would love to know. I think that's pretty interesting.
That's a good question. I never even thought about that.
Because like where I'm going with it is if that's how it works, like if there's got to be a way they can flick it on like first segments or something. If somebody's down in a certain segment of the track, it can flick the light on, but obviously the light has to be in a different spot. You can't see it on the fork. But.
I mean, Formula One can figure this shit out. I don't understand why we can't.
I think there's a good base there. It could be tweaked a little bit.
I mean, it's as simple as, like I said, one of those strips like they do for the transponder. You put it on your helmet right above your fucking eyebrow, basically, and it's got a fucking LED light in it that, like, when there's a caution,
I'm not
it
down
lights
with the
up.
Cyclops, dude. No Cyclops.
I mean, I don't know how else to do it. That's just my only, outside of hiring a 40-man freaking thing of people that go. Because, like, Rondo was making good points this week. Like, if you have Joe Blow off the street who goes there and is like, oh, man, that's Eli Tomac, he's staring at Eli Tomac, not paying attention to what he wants to do. But if you have a flagger group that goes with everybody to the races and they freaking know all the guys, they go to dinner with Tomac and Sexton, you know, a couple of times or whatever, then they're not awestruck by him. It's just like, they're just like they're hanging out. They're just like, whatever, dude. We're just part of the group, you know?
I mean, the Redbud guys don't give a shit anyway. They're just the meth heads from in town that want to
that's exactly the
get
point.
Paid to, you know, keep scratching.
That's exactly the point. Okay, now that we've gone off on that tangent, Kev, back to you. The spring. So how are the motos, man?
Getting better. Obviously, we jumped in halfway through the season of outdoors, at least minimal prep, not a great test situation when it comes to riding a pretty flat track here in Kansas. So the biggest thing for me is kind of how I do every year, right? You start where you start and you get better every moto. And that was kind of a goal going into it. Obviously, I would like to be in points and was hoping to be in points quicker, but I got to kind of take it for what it's worth. Obviously, the field's deep when it comes to not necessarily top 5 dudes, but when it comes to, that 12 to 25 section, it's pretty solid. So yeah, like, biggest thing for me is just put in the moto and try to make progress with the bike, because the bike has not been ideally set up when it comes to pro nationals that are deep and rough and soft compared to a smaller, flatter, choppier, harder packed track that I've been testing on. So it's just, obviously, it is what it is. I'm making it work with what I got, and I'm making changes pretty much every session. So getting better and getting closer, but yeah, just at least happy to be improving every moto.
It was definitely better, man. Definitely better.
Yeah,
so
I gotta feel all the rut cross and your supercross expertise helped you out in those Millville whoops. Did you feel pretty strong
dude,
through those?
no joke. Honestly, I didn't feel strong, but I was consistent. I told myself to be slightly more patient instead of rushing it, because I tried rushing it a couple times and I either went off the track, because obviously we were all going from the inside to the outside pretty immediately through that corner. And if you high-sided over the bank, then you had to try to get back on and you screwed up your rhythm. Or if you tried to rush it and so there's a really gnarly square edge in the bottom of one of those transitions towards the end of the first set of rollers. So I would hit it, so then I knew the next lap I would have to purposely wheelie over an extra roller before I start jumping to not hit that transition. So it was kind of tough to remember where that roller was and which one you needed to start jumping off of, to make sure you don't hit that gnarly square edge and deep hole at the end of them. So yeah, for me, man, it was slowing down a little bit to be consistent and doubling through them, because I know towards the end of the moto, like, I had some people telling me that they were like just rolling them at that point, and I'm like, dude, you could literally lose at least 5 seconds a lap by rolling those things over jumping through them.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Sexton do that triple through there?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
I saw that after the day.
Yeah.
Bro, my mind never even thought of that.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you how mental that is for him.
I was like, yeah, that's confidence in your bike. And clearly, without having a good setup, and we keep searching every moto, your boy ain't feeling that confident to just send something like that.
It's okay, man. I think Sexton was the only one that did it.
Yeah.
That was gnarly.
No, that's
him and Deegan. I saw Deegan triple too. I'm like, what?
What? Did he really?
I don't know. I guess I didn't pay that close attention to
it. Maybe look. I saw it on Instagram somewhere, but yeah, he hit a triple one time.
Kid's gnarly. He's gnarly.
Yeah.
Interviews could use work though.
Okay, so that leads into a question I have, because I asked, I interviewed Eric Grondal on the show last week, and I asked him, I said, what would you consider the biggest difference between, say, someone of your skill level and like a Chase Sexton? Is it literally just he has the balls to twist it that much more than you? Or, you know, because like as I've told everybody, I've rode with you, I've rode with some other local pros. You guys are fast as fuck. You guys will make any local guy look fucking stupid on any track, any day of the week, no problem. And then we put you on a track like this, and like you know how it is. No offense, Kev, but Sexton will make you look dumb by how fast he's going. So, like,
Correct.
what is the difference there between the two of you, in your opinion?
Yeah.
I would have to say, well, clearly the dude's skilled. Like, I'm not going to say I'm Sexton's level of skill. So, like, them, the Lawrence boys, they have it figured out. I would say not a large majority, but kind of a large majority is confidence and comfortability. Because the more comfortable you are, the more confident you're going to be to then go faster and push it harder. If you're not confident in your motorcycle and your setup and you don't feel smooth and good, you're not going to be smooth and good, if that makes sense.
Got it.
So that's like what I'm struggling with right now, and that's what I've struggled with the last 2-3 years, is having a decent setup but not a great setup going into the season. So that's what I'm hopefully going to get on top of and change for this year coming into the season, now that I'm
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Stand by. Alrighty, I think my headphones died. But anyway, because the last, like, 3 years, I've always kind of changed and built into something, right? So, like, going from the next level team, then to, or going from TBJ to then going to the next level thing, to then kind of helping with that situation and growing within that situation, and then kind of getting to a point where I needed to find something different, and then growing into kind of my own team, and then bringing in a rig and just kind of making things bigger and bigger kept me so busy, and there's so much building going on. We already have the platform pretty much for the Supercross team. We already have Justin coming on board. The plan's kind of there. Obviously, we had the whole van build this past year that I had to get done before Christmas, which sacrificed a ton of my training and preparations coming into Supercross. That's all done, so I don't have to do that coming into this year. So, yeah, my goal is to get down south, hopefully down into Florida, get with some good guys, and be able to actually train and put in a good off season when it comes to testing on gnarlier tracks. Because, like, love my track. I'm going to spruce it back up, and it'll be a good place to start. But unless I have people that want to come ride, or legitimate riders that will come ride with me that get the track rough every day, it's just not realistic. Because, like, everybody can just say, well, just leave the track, don't prep it. Well, then you're getting a hard-packed rut in a rhythm section, and it does not make your bike react at all like a soft rut that grabs you and yanks you, and it's just a sketchy situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the biggest thing I would say difference wise is comfortability and confidence. And then obviously he just doesn't have as much on his plate as I do when it comes to what I have to do to go racing.
Yeah.
He's obviously to the level, he's put in the results and has championships and everything. Like, his team pays him to do all of that, so he can focus on truly just performing, which that's something I haven't got to yet. But, hopefully we get the right sponsors on board to take a little pressure off my back.
Cool. Sweet. Well, yeah, I came up with that question last week. I was like, I got to ask Kev this. So,
what would you think? And take my answer out of it. What would you think?
So I kind of agreed with Eric last week. Like, your answer makes sense. But I did kind of agree with Eric last week of, like, because you all have massive skills on the bike. Whether you're Eric, who hasn't rode a pro race in a couple of years, or you're you, who's jumping in the middle and is still riding, you guys all have massive bike talent, okay? Maybe it varies a little bit, but I don't think that Sexton I don't think his talent is necessarily, 10 seconds a lap faster at the end of the moto. I literally think that a big part of it is that there is that little piece in their brain that, like, they just don't think about it as much, and it's just, I twist it harder, stay on it longer, stay off the brakes longer going down the hill, like all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now yours makes sense also, because being comfortable and confident plays right into that. I'll stay off the brakes longer. I'll stay on the throttle longer. I'll hit those brakes harder when it's time to hit them. It all kind of works together, in my opinion, there, of, like, them just twisting it that much more than what, say, you guys do.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's, like, it becomes muscle memory for those guys too. Like, they, when you're riding, what do they ride 4 times a week? Every single day. Everything's taken care of for them. Like, that's literally all they have to think about. And when it comes to hitting a rut at a certain speed, it's like walking down the road. You don't even have to think twice about it.
Yeah.
Where, Kev kind of talked about it. He's got to worry about getting gas in the van. He's got to worry about where he's staying on the way to the races. He's got to worry about all this other stuff where these guys just ride every day, and instead of worrying about gas in the van, they're worrying about where they're going to hit a rut harder. And they're just doing it every single day.
And they don't have to be like Kevin, like write down after you go out and you go, okay, cool, we need to go 3 clicks softer here and 2 clicks stiffer here and whatever.
No,
they don't have to write that down in the book. They just have to say, yeah, so it feels like it's pogoing in the back a little bit, and then they go, okay, sweet, and they make an adjustment for them. Like, you don't have to think about it and actually tell them, like, hey, adjust the rebound, adjust the sag, whatever. And then, again, playing back into what Kev said, it's they at some point
they just trust that guy.
Yeah, got the confidence in the bike to be able to go faster. And all it takes is that one time of, like, you went 10 seconds a lap faster, and then it's like, oh, okay, now I know how to do that, and that becomes the new baseline. So, yeah, that's where we're at, Kev.
Nope. I agree. I mean, yeah, it's a two-parter. I mean, yeah, kind of what I said obviously plays off of that, but yeah, dude, they that's why I'm not going to sit here and try to compare myself to any of those top guys.
Yeah,
but it's just they're confident enough to send it.
Yep.
Yeah, now like if you were, in a perfect world, had everything paid for, and that was your job, was just to train and ride every single day, then you could start comparing yourself a little better. But right now, it's an unfair comparison.
Another thing is like kind of like that, like didn't have to worry about none. But like when I want to make a change, I know that's going to cost me money, right? Like,
yep.
And I got to find out how to get that money and where that money's coming from, kind of deal. When it's somebody like that, where you have a full factory team behind you, and you say, "Hey, I want to try this and this and this," they take care of it, make sure it's there. They have a mechanic that puts it on the bike. There's just way, way less effort that goes into making the bike better when you have everybody there doing it for you instead of you doing it pretty much yourself.
Yep. So, Washugal?
Negative.
Okay.
So,
Pony up.
It's just too far. What'd you say?
No,
he's being an asshole.
I was just being an ass because Justin.
What'd you say? Pony up? Is that what you said?
Well, so Justin was like, what was he?
I don't know. He was running his mouth about something.
Or he was like, man, you guys are pussies. You don't want to go to all the races or something. I was like, all right, Justin, fucking pony up. Let's get on a plane. Let's go to Washugal. He wasn't about that action, so.
Nope, not at all.
I kind of would like to. Biggest thing for me is like I really don't want to drive 26 hours there to then turn around and drive 26 hours back.
Don't blame
you. Yeah.
And then just all the money that would go into it, and the effort that would go into it. Like if I had a bike there, just flew out there, sweet, completely different situation. But man, even the 12 hours I think it ended up being about 11 hours to Redbud, like that just kind of didn't exhaust me, but it just made me tired to a point. Especially coming home after racing, that was a struggle.
I could see that.
Yeah, doing that just does not sound super ideal to me. Plus, I'm in a pretty good position right now when it comes to getting the proposal and 2025 plan pretty close to being together. So it's kind of nut-cutting time for me to really start pushing and advertising to find sponsorship going into the season, because obviously the sooner you get on top of that, the better. I don't want to get to the point where I'm in November looking for all of our sponsors. I'd rather kind of get some people on board now so we have a good base to at least go into the season with some funding and then finish it out, into the season. But I need to just focus a little bit on honestly finalizing and getting my 2025 plan together, so then it's not a crapshoot and I can actually get the team solid and still focus on, getting my bike better.
Word. So, heard a rumor last week, and I've meant to ask you about this, and I forgot. You got like an in? You're going to the dog pound, or trying to get in the dog pound to train here? Is this what I'm hearing?
Yeah, trying to. So Starling has kind of already obviously lives in Florida.
Yeah,
his plan to be down with the Lawrence boys. At least that's the goal. That's what he's kind of committed into doing. I am trying to finesse my way into a similar situation. That would be good for me. That's something I would probably really need to do because, like I said earlier, it's great having my own track here, and it's good to get laps in.
but it's not good when it comes to the track gnarliness that we get on race day and, pushing yourself. You can race a stopwatch, but stopwatch isn't the same as having your teammate there and you wanting to kick your teammate's ass, if that makes sense. So I think that would be a good thing for both Justin and I.
Well, I'm volunteering as mechanic for that, so I can wash a bike and make
if you need
changes.
A place to live, my family's got they got a trailer in the 55-year and older trailer park, not too far from Dade City.
That's no joke. The biggest thing is just obviously like everything costs money, man. I got to find the right partner that wants to come in and help me get down there to ensure that we have the best chances possible to have a successful Supercross season, and just figuring out how to get it paid for. And then I can make it happen when it comes to time, and I'll drive myself down there and I'll put myself there. It's just finding a way to fund the whole thing.
Is the cost to do that similar to what it used to be when you were going to the goat farm?
I would probably assume so. It's,
okay.
It's pretty close, but it's still not cheap at all.
Well, yeah. I didn't mean cheap. I just was literally trying to get an idea in my head of price point for that. So,
well, hey, if any of our listeners out there want to step up and help our boy out, let's raise some money and get Kev to the pound.
Damn straight. We'll have plenty of content coming, shouting out whatever business wants to help out.
Yep, plenty of content at Pound Town.
Evening.
One last one. Where'd y'all stay last week after Redbud? Because you said you were going to Lake Michigan there. Did you end up in South Haven?
That did not happen. So, no, we had a hotel in, where was it?
I hope not Benton Harbor.
No, South Bend.
Thank God.
Yeah, so we just went down to South Bend after that because it was already kind of getting late. I figured Rachel would want to go to Lake Michigan, but she's like, it's not like I'm going to get in, and it's not like we haven't seen a beach before, and it's not quite the level of a beach. So I was like, yeah, let's just go back to the hotel. And then I ended up organizing footage for the vlog until, I don't know, we got back at like 8 o'clock, maybe 7:38. I didn't get done finishing just organizing footage until 11:30. So then I let it upload while I slept.
God, you are such a better man than me. I haven't even taken the clips off the card yet.
Oh my God!
It's still in the bag. I mean, I went through all the vertical clips I took on the phone and have been uploading those like crazy. But as far as the other stuff, nope, haven't even touched it yet, man. Haven't even touched it yet. So
that was just me organizing. So I had technically 3 people filming with you. So I had 2 guys that were getting just clips of me, and then I had all the DJI little gimbal stuff that we got that I had Rachel do for me, right?
Yep.
And so I had to organize all of that into session for the editor because obviously the editor didn't really know exactly what happened when. So I had to do like morning / opener or intro more or less. And then I have to do Quali 1 folder, a Quali 2 folder, a Moto 1 folder, a Moto 2 folder, and like a wrap up folder. And then obviously the little ads and helmet wrap and stuff like that. So then I had to organize all the DJI footage into each of those sectors and then go through each of those people's footage and figure out which one was from which qualifying and what for what. Jeez, so I did not even look at your footage because I would have had to organize all of that too. So
yeah.
If it was Travis's, it's probably trash.
No, I got some really good shit.
Yeah, he actually got some solid like in pit stuff, but it was 11:30 at that point. They got those there, and I was like, dude, it's good enough.
The problem is that I go there to also work, so like I'm taking clips of everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm uploading 200 clips to Kev's hard drive that like he's got to sort through and find the 18 clips of him that I freaking took. Right. So it wasn't that the clips were bad. It's just that I don't have the ability in camera to sort it for him and be like, okay, cool, here's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So
but I do appreciate you getting the clips.
Suck my balls, cool.
So, one question I have since we're talking camera talk, and then we can let our man go here. I don't know how much time you scheduled with him, but
I didn't schedule any amount of time with him. I said, hey, you want to come on the show? He said, yeah. I said, when? He said, I don't know, hit me up tomorrow.
Well, I want to be conscious of your time. How long you got?
I do have some work to get done.
All right, last question.
It's got to go through vlog footage, bro.
The DJI thing.
Yeah.
What's the word on that? I've been thinking about picking one up.
He said it's killer.
Of what? Because I've got a lot of products from them.
The Osmo, whatever, the newest thing they just came out with.
That
The
little
Osmo 3 or Osmo, the little gimbal
The
thing.
handheld thing, yeah.
Absolute game changer. It is unfortunate that it's like $700 to get the little creator edition that comes with a little case, little audio thing, but it is more than worth it.
And this is
it gets quality footage. It is very clear, like surprisingly clear, high quality footage, especially if you're close. It has a selfie mode, which I never really use because I just have Rachel record everything. So that works really well if you're just by yourself, that you can just hold it out and it'll record, like it'll come back to selfie mode. Like it turns itself, more or less. But it's just so simple and it's so small to the point where you can put it in your pocket if you want to, and it's still capable of getting quality footage.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about it and you do a lot of like on the move travel type stuff, it's not just like it would. I mean, even for Travis, like him having that around just for his like powder coating stuff,
That's
like it's
what I mean.
just so simple and easy. But it's a little bit different when you're like stationary. Like he would just have it sitting at the shop. Like you can have a bigger camera if you want to, but if you're traveling at all and doing it, like it is a must-have kind of deal in my book.
And
Bro,
I think
I just use iPhones at the shop.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, I think this is the same one. I've seen a lot of people putting them on the side of cars and shooting roller shots and stuff with them. I mean, that would be something Travis could.
If you needed it for the gimbal side of things, yes. But outside of that, like here, like what he's saying is absolutely true. But like all my stuff here that I shoot with the powder coating stuff is basically on a tripod. So I just so literally like, and once I upgrade to the Mac for the editing computer too, then it won't matter at all because they'll just be airdropping stuff back and forth, which will be sick.
Because I was looking. I'm going to Vegas in the fall, so it'd be kind of cool to.
Oh yeah, huh?
Carry that thing around.
You going to F1?
I'm going to SMX.
Oh, gay.
All right.
Anything else for Kev?
No, that's it.
Are you gonna go there and work?
What?
Are you gonna get vertical videos for the show?
I can. I'll be there for my job work. I'll be up in the booth and stuff. Maybe me and McGrath will rub shoulders.
Oh my god. Here we go. No,
I'll get some clips and stuff. I think we're.
I want 100 clips.
I don't really know what they have in store for us, but I'm really. It's
this
hard
is a legit work trip.
Here
I
we
ain't
go.
getting shit out of him.
Here we go.
That's what I was about to say.
He's gonna be like, "Yeah, went to Vegas, boys."
Well, they have a dinner set up for us Friday. I don't know who's gonna be involved with that.
I'm gonna be like, "Bro, you get any clips?" He's gonna be like, bro, so drunk I forgot."
No, dude, I can't drink anymore, dude. The next 3 days are just miserable. But I'll try to get something for you. I'll try to get some stuff. But I'm not going to stand in the same spot and then let you post the same spot,
I
same
move around a
clips
lot.
over and over
I
again.
move around a lot. I stand somewhere, I take like 5 clips, and then I move now. Outside of the leap in the morning.
I don't know, man.
Oh, my goodness.
It's the same thing over and over and over again.
No, it's not.
It is.
They're completely different angles.
No, they're not.
All right, we got to let Kev go. Kev, man, appreciate you coming on. Really appreciate it. We'll see you, I guess, like 6 weeks. No, 5 weeks? Something like that. Iron Man?
Yeah.
How many weeks we got? Oh.
Yeah, Iron Man.
Yeah. So we'll see. Is the whole family's coming, right?
I'm assuming. I don't know if Colton will, but I'm sure Mom and Dad will.
Perfect. I really just care about Frank and Amy.
Yeah.
They're my people. Are they? Are the people? I can't remember their names. They're there with you every year that bring the RV. Are they coming too?
Billy. It depends if he gets his RV fixed. He's waiting for a fridge right now, so we will see.
God, I hope so, because it's usually hot down there.
Oh yeah.
And that RV was killer. So, all right, man. Well, we'll see you then. We'll be in touch. Don't you worry.
Alrighty.
All right.
Sounds good, my
Thanks, buddy.
All right, man. We'll see you.
Later.